Loftus, if Trump or America strikes Iran, it may end up as a pile of rubble. As someone who lives currently in similar conditions, do you empathize with Iran? What side are you on?
I don't like to think of myself as a rubble dweller, as I'm mortgage deficient.
Oh, interesting.
Here we go again. Another foreign war, another media circus, and another round of just this one intervention until it becomes forever. This time it's Iran. And they keep saying Iran is this massive threat. So where's the proof? If it's so dangerous, why hasn't a single shred of hard evidence been brought forward?
Yeah, I have an allergic reaction.
You are roof challenged.
Yes, I am drywall challenged. I just want to know, how long are we supposed to act concerned? Because, Americans aren't going over. There's not going to be boots on the ground. So, Israel's going in, knocking out the nuke facilities and the scientists, and we have to be like, oh, this is bad. This is bad. I'm okay with all of this. Absolutely all of it. It's not like Israel's stopping Iceland from getting a nuke, right?
Yeah.
Iceland they have things like the wheel, and fire, and cable television. And Iran seems like they skipped a bunch of steps.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they were almost there and then they went back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you need to put up a few decades of we have Blockbuster Video. Show us that you can participate in polite society before you go for the top rung of we want nukes.
I'm not sure where you stand on this issue, though, because you're saying you're okay with bombing him, but we're not getting involved.
Right.
Okay.
It's like we're letting Israel borrow our lawnmower.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's all have a laugh about bombing another country into dust. That's hilarious, right? Except it's not, because it's not going to be your kid deployed. It's not going to be your city hit back. And it's definitely not going to be the people cheering for war who pay the price.
They're going to bring it back, and the grass is going to be cut.
Yes. Michelle, I'm sure you have friends on both sides of this debate. Where do you land? Do you land anywhere? Do you land on the fence, which can be harmful to your bowel?
Yes, it can, and you would know that. You would be the expert on bowels. He is. So, you know what? Here's the Marjorie Taylor Greene posted this. Anyone slobbering for the U.S. to become fully involved in the Israel-Iran war is not America First MAGA. Okay. I didn't know America First meant America only. I don't think it does. And by the way, Iran hates us too.
Yeah.
At least the Ayatollah does. He'd like to dispense with the big Satan just as much as the little Satan. So this is not just Israel's war, in my opinion. And by the way, as you mentioned, they have done a staggeringly good job, Israel, of going in and taking out all these pinpoint attacks and these targeted, deaths. It's been amazing. So they've laid the groundwork. It's not like we're going in and we're leading the way. Yeah. Now, they may need our bunker busters, and I'm all for it. I really am. And if we want to take out the Ayatollah, he's 89. He's got doesn't have much more time anyway.
Yeah.
But I think that the big percentage of Iranians want their old life back. They want to be part of the modern world. And they are kind of with Israel on that. They have that in common. None of them like the Ayatollah. They're just under the jackboots. So I think we're on the precipice, Greg, of a world-changing moment. And I think we should take it and grab it by the horns and go.
All right, Kat.
Of course, she's all for it, because she doesn't have to risk anything. She's not the one going to war, putting her life on the line, or paying the price. It just sounds like the right thing to say. But let me ask you something. Isn't it strange how the two countries they say are so dangerous are only at war because the U.S. and its allies keep backing them? If Iran is truly that much of a threat, then why does it take an international coalition to prop them up into a conflict at all? It's all BS. Either these people are too blind to see it, or they're just puppets put in place to make the rest of us feel better while they push us closer to another war.
Cats. I can feel Kat trying to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, right? That's what you're doing right now, huh, Kat?
Yeah, my take is completely on the side of we stay out of it. I don't see any reason for us to be involved, and reasons that Iran is bad is not a reason for us to get involved, or that things would even get better if we did get involved. If you look at Libya, you look at Afghanistan, you look at Iraq, you look at Syria, didn't go so well for us. It's the same playbook. It's the same fear mongering. We're all going to die, making people so afraid. A lot of people are motivated by fear in calling for this. Some people are motivated by money in calling for this. Many of the people calling for this will not have to go over themselves if it does end up in a boots on the ground situation, which is something that I am concerned about. I don't want anyone's son to have to go die for another country's war, including my own, even though he's only 4 months old. Based on our history in this region, it could very much still be a concern by the time that he turns 18, okay? And I know that people are saying we're just going to get in and get out. I don't see any reason to believe that. I see many more reasons to believe that there would be even more calls for intervention when things collapse. I think that people calling for intervention on this are going to continue to call for more intervention in the future. And I just would encourage everyone to be skeptical. I understand being
I think
afraid.
we've been burned before with WMDs and stuff like that. But let me ask you one question before I move on to Tyrus. Is there a situation where you could see America enjoining any war?
Yes, but I think that saying there should be no war ever, that's not what I'm talking about. This is this very same playbook that we see. I don't see, just 3 months ago, Tulsi Gabbard said that Iran's not building a nuclear weapon. There are many more reasons to be skeptical than there are reasons to hop on board with this. And the people who say, okay, just this intervention, how long have they been saying just this intervention? Many of these same people. I have every reason to believe that just this intervention is the first, and many more times they're going to say, okay, just this one. And calling for intervention now is, to me, the clearest sign that they'll call for further.
Yes, exactly. We stay out. No war, because we've been lied to before. Weapons of mass destruction, never found. Quick intervention, try 20 years of blood and debt in Iraq. And she nailed it. They'll sit in air-conditioned studios cashing defense contractor checks while working-class Americans pay the price in blood. Ask yourself, do any of these war cheerleaders ever send their kids? There's no reason to believe we'll get in and get out. The phrase, just this intervention, is code for open-ended disaster. They always say we'll be in and out, but when has that ever been true?
Tyrus, what say you?
Let's get them. We've had, I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe 43 Americans have been killed with what happened with October 7th. We still have hostages out there. They tried to assassinate our president. They had 4 years to basically rebuild their nuclear stuff. That's why it's so deep at the bottom of the mountain. We don't know what they have in there. There is a weapon of mass destruction because they had 60 days to fix this. And they got comfortable in 4 years being able to do whatever they want. They built up their resources. They could have gone on to do other positive things, but what do? They loaded up Hamas, they loaded up Hezbollah. That's their army. And they decided to invade Israel. So America, how many times do we have to get little hits in the face? To all the people who lost their family members, to all the people who were waiting every night to see if their hostages were going to come home, or the ones that got home in the body bag. We always say one American death is too many. They tried to assassinate our president. That's another thing. At what point is it time to say, Iran, your time is up. It's time to make you new Persia. And if we bring those big, beautiful bombs, as he calls them, and place them in the right place, and their little mountaintop is gone, they have nothing left. They're down to this is the time where you need to support Israel, because Israel deals with a real existential threat every day. And Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan are all in line this time. Everybody in the region wants peace, but there's one small little one. Syria ain't Syria anymore. Turkey ain't Turkey anymore. So Iran needs to become Iran. Past tense.
All right.
I respect Tyrus. I do. But this isn't justice. It's vengeance dressed up as patriotism. Blowing up Iran doesn't make us safer. It just lights the fuse on another generation of endless war. That's not foreign policy, that's empire talk. You think bombing Iran into the Stone Age brings peace? No, it creates the next wave of terrorists, the next refugee crisis, and the next war. It's a cycle, and we either break it now or our children will pay for our cowardice. War doesn't solve anything. It doesn't build peace. It doesn't bring safety. It just makes the powerful richer and the rest of us suffer. And if you disagree, ask yourself, would you send your own son to fight in Iran right now? If the answer is no, then you already know the truth. So, if you're tired of endless wars, tired of fear-mongering, tired of being lied into conflicts after conflict, like this video, share this message, and subscribe to Anomaly Report, where we fight for the people, not the war machine.